this. Okay. So first, so basically, quick overview. Um, I want everyone should pull up a terminal. So you could go to the top left, click that little Kali icon, and open up the terminal right there. And you can also open up a browser if you want, Firefox, and look up Bandit over the wire, and just open that up real quick. So that should take you. It should you should be quick with that. So once you have those two up on your screen, you're probably going to want to make a like little Word document with all the passwords that you get. So you could create a document and then just click empty file. So you're
I'm
and then
not
name it.
able to see fire. Am I able to? Am I supposed to see the Firefox inside Kali?
Yeah. It's not called Firefox. It's called web browser. My bad.
Web browser.
You could
There's
search
So
it.
would it make a
Firefox
difference if we
and
use Firefox or
Oh no, it
that's
doesn't. I thought the web browser it
it is
defaulted.
it's
I do
Firefox.
see
Yeah,
it as web
it's Firefox.
application
Yeah,
analysis.
you could use web browser or Firefox. You could just click the Kali logo at the top left and just search it.
I did that. When I click on it, oh maybe okay. Type.
So yeah,
Okay, Firefox.
once
Okay.
yep. So once you have that up and you just Google Bandit over the wire, you'll get to this. Make sure you have your terminal open, and then on your desktop, you could just right click, create a document, empty file, name it whatever you want, and have it open. So like I have my password thing, and just so you could save it, and if you ever have to redo levels or work through it, or just it's good to have those saved. All right. So does anyone have any questions at this point?
Yeah. What am I typing under Firefox instead? I'm sorry. I'm a little slow.
You,
Uh,
that link I posted in the announcements channel, it's just Bandit over the wire. So just Bandit over the wire. Click that first one and you'll be here. Okay. So any questions from anyone else? Cool. So we'll get started. So basically, it's designed for, absolute beginners. It's basically going over the Linux command line. Uh, so some quick tips. Man is like the manual for the commands we're gonna go over. So a command is like ls. So if we want to know what ls does, you type in man ls, and then this is the whole manual for the ls command, and it has a bunch of these things. We'll go over that in a second. Um, so that's just a real quick thing. So we'll go to level 0. And it says the password for the next level is stored in a file called readme. Look, actually, wait, wrong thing. Now level 0. The goal of this level is to log into the server using SSH. So this is the host, and this is the port. Username is bandit0. So we need each level will tell you commands you may need to use. So we have SSH right here. So if we have no clue what SSH is, you just do man SSH. And this is what it says. Open SSH remote login to a client. Then it has a brief description. You could read that on your own time, but basically you use it to connect to a server. So down here, these are called flags. So if we wanted to, let me find one. Where is it? So if we do man SSH-A, it disables forwarding. It just read what it says, right? So we're gonna quit that. So now we know what kind of SSH is for, but we don't really know what kind of format to write it in. So we know we have to kind of do SSH, but what's next? So you know, the main thing about this and like learning new stuff is just Googling it, right? So Googling it isn't seen as cheating. What's seen as cheating is, level 0 answer bandit over the wire. What you're going to want to do is how to SSH into a server, right? So you Google that. Let's just click the first link, right? So we scroll. All right, we see some type of command here. And we just keep scrolling through it. And then we kind of, you'll do this on your free time, but you just kind of look at it, read it. So we have SSH, and then this is kind of the address, right? So we know the address is, the username is going to be bandit0. So we'll type in bandit0 .labs .overthewire.org, right? So that's how we get into level 0. So each level, you'll be changing this number right here. So since this is level 0, it's gonna be 0. And then we'll click enter, right? But that doesn't do anything. So because we have to specify the port. So how do we specify the port? Did I screw this up? Yes, I did.
Command C.
Command C.
I mean Control C.
That's what I thought. Okay, cool. So if you ever get stuck like that, just do Control C. I'm a noob. Alex is not. All right, so we go man SSH again, right? So we need to learn how to specify a port. So just keep on scrolling until you see something that looks like port. It'll probably be P most likely. So we keep on going. Almost there. Port. So this is a flag. So most commands have different flags, right? So you do hyphen and then P for port. So yeah, this is to specify the port. So we could pull that up again. If you want to go back to what you put in last time, you use the up and down arrow. So up arrow like twice and you should see this again. So now we want to do the port. So we put in the flag. So -P space 2220. What did I do wrong? Bandit. Oh, I'm an idiot. This is embarrassing. So it's actually Bandit 0 at Bandit. That's it. There we go. So you're gonna want to type in SSH bandit 0 at bandit.labs@OverTheWire. Then the flag P for port and then the port number. So the password. So the password for this is bandit 0. So you're gonna type in bandit 0. It's not gonna show up since it's kind of a password, so it doesn't display. And you click enter, and then you should see all this stuff. And then it says bandit 0 at bandit. Any questions on that?
I got a unreachable.
Unreachable. Did you typed in that same exact command? This is what we'll do. I'll just paste it into.
What was the password?
The password is bandit 0. So this right here. Did you typed in this exactly?
Let me try it again.
Try that again. I'll leave that up there for you. Okay, so now on your tab, you go to bandit 0 to 1. And so the password for the level is stored in a file called readme located in the home directory. Use this password to log into bandit 1. Okay, so commands you're going to need to know. lscd cat file du find, right? So we have no clue what there are, so we do man ls, right? List all the directory contents. Cool. We're going to do man cd. No manual entry. All right, cd is just change directory. So then we'll do man cat.
What is man cat for?
Man cat is just telling you it's the manual for the cat command. So
Okay.
we'll see concatenate files and prints the output. So it just basically tells you what's in the file, prints it out.
Okay.
And then to exit the manual pages, just click Q. And then we could do man for file. I'll save everyone's time though. So file determines the file type. So it's going to tell you if it's like a text file, for example. And then du will estimate the file size. And find will find a file in a specific directory. So if you guys want to, you can, on your own free time, you can go through the manual pages, or you could just Google it. Sometimes I like Googling it better because I could kind of search through it better. That's not not just cats. So you could just do this and read it through on the internet, or you could look up how to use cat. So right now, does anyone have an idea on what command we would use to try to find this README file? Anyone have a guess? Please.
Is that last command, right? Man cat?
No. Well, first we need to man cat is the manual for cat. So man stands for manual, and that's telling us like how to use cat. So
Okay,
anyone have
okay.
another guess? Tyreek, are you trying to talk? Because we're just getting static from you.
Oh, okay. Is it working?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you. Were you trying to talk?
Yeah. We're just. You're asking what command we should use to find the README file?
Yeah, like how do we list all of the things in this directory?
Oh, and yeah, ls.
ls. So we'll just type in ls, right? Oh,
Right.
there it is, readme. Right, so to see what's inside readme, all we just went over it. We do cat, so cat readme, boom. There's password 1. So in your little text document, you could just write level 0 to 1 or just level 0, and then just have that copied there, right? So does everyone understand that? Yep. Okay.
Sort of.
Cool. All right. So that's the password for level 1. So now we're going to log out. So we close the connection to the server, and then we're going to arrow up again. And then we're just going to go over here and change that to 1. And then click enter. And then it asks for the password. So we copy it, paste it, and then we're in Bandit 1. Everyone good up to this point?
Yeah, everyone's
Cool,
good.
cool,
Or I'm
cool.
good at least.
All right.
So we use like the password for each level before to keep going.
Yeah.
then, right?
Yeah. That's why it's kind of a little confusing. That's why I write 0 to 1, 1 to 2. Just it's yeah.
Okay, and
So
it's like basically like saves your progress. Same way.
yeah.
Okay.
So for Bandit 1 to 2, the password for the next level is stored in a file called, and then it's just called hyphen, located in the home directory, right? So same commands, already went over it, but sometimes they'll give you reading material. So Google search for dash file name. And then all you have to really do is just go through a couple links, say, so this guy, you scroll down, you'll see answer, hopefully. There's no answers on this specifically. Okay. So what we're going to do is how to use a file with a hyphen in its, and then Linux. You're probably going to want to put Linux behind everything. So Linux tip, how to handle files with the dash, right? So if the file name is dash test, you're going to want a cat, then dot slash, and then the name hyphen test. So right now we're going to ls list the files. We see it's just the hyphen, right? And so we know it's in that. So we're going to use, can anyone guess what command we're going to use to look inside of it?
ls again?
No, we used ls to see that it's there. What do we use to print out the contents of the hyphen?
pwd.
Okay, we're gonna use cat, right?
Okay, right.
And so we got dash slash, and then we do the hyphen, and then there's the answer, right? So if the file was named something hyphen Evan, we just do that, right? But there is no file like that, so nothing will pop up. So remember to copy that, put it in your little Word doc. And so so we'll do that. So now log out again. Same thing, up arrow, switch this to 2. Copy the last password. Now you should be in Bandit 2. Everyone good up to this point? Okay, cool. So Bandit 2. All right. The password for the next level is stored in a file spaces in this file name located in the home directory. Right. So we're gonna ls. We're gonna see. Does anyone else hear static, or is that on my end? We're good. Okay. So ls, and this is the file spaces in the file name. So it's pretty much the same thing. Google search. So we're going to how to cat a file that has spaces in its name. All right. So, just go through, click a link. We'll see, scroll down. So this person uses quotes, and so this person also uses quotes. So we can guess that's how we do it. So again, we're gonna use cat again, and then space, and then we type spaces in this file name, and there's the password, right? So I mean, the first couple of lessons are gonna be pretty easy. It's just same stuff. So remember, we got to log out, go back up, change this to 3, paste the password, and now we're in Bandit 3. Remember, as we do this, write it down in the notepad. Any questions? Please, anyone? Okay.
Evan,
Yeah.
is there going to be a recording of this?
Yeah.
What you're showing?
And yeah, there's going to be a recording. I mean, if I'm being honest with you, like, there's just hundreds of ways to do all of these different problems. All you have to do is just Google it. There's going to be videos, there's going to be write-ups. I used a lot of different videos and write-ups. I'll give you examples of this person told me to do this person told me to do that. Like, don't worry about it. If you don't get it, or you're getting left behind a little bit, it's going to be recorded, but there's also shit ton of stuff online for you to look up.
But what is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Just
All right.
for me to know, like, what is it you're trying to do? Can you give me like a heads up?
So right now, so if we go back to Bandit 2, one second.
And then also, is it possible for you to increase the font size on the CLI? Too small, I can't see. I don't know if others, but I cannot see it. Can maximize the resolution a little bit.
Yeah. How do I do this again? I know.
Right click and then change the settings, or change the font size. Zoom in maybe. You just had it.
Control
Appearance.
Shift plus plus.
Appearance
Okay.
to 18.
Better?
Yeah, a lot better.
Cool.
Yes.
All right. Sorry about that. All right. So we're in Bandit 3 right now. All right. The password for the next level is stored in a hidden file in the in here directory, right? So same commands. So we're going to start off. We're going to ls, see what's up. All right. So we know in here is a directory. So how do we switch between directories? Anyone know? Anyone remember?
CD.
Forgot. Yeah, I knew.
CD. So CD in here. Boom. Now we're
Oh, okay.
now we're in here. Now we're going to want to list the files again, but we don't see anything, right? It says the file is stored in here, but we can't see it. But it also says it's hidden, right? So, you know, back to Google, because that's how we do it. So, how to see files in Linux, right? To view hidden files, you run the ls command with the -a flag. So we could go to man ls real quick. Could have figured that it was with ls, and then we see is -a, right? So where did -a? So -a means all. Do not ignore entries starting with the dot. So that means all the hidden files they start with a dot in Linux. So we have dot hidden, right? Does everyone understand that? So we use the ls command and then a flag that we either Google search or find using the manual. And we apply that flag, and all the hidden files start with a dot. Any questions with that? Cool. All right. So now we know what it's called. So we type in cat.hidden, because, you know, we have to display the contents of the file right there. So we're going to want to copy that. I'm going to log out. Go to Bandit 4. While I do this, does anyone have any questions? Cool. So we'll go to 4. All right. So the password for the next level is stored in the only human readable file in the in here directory. If you mess up your terminal, try reset. Okay. So going through our commands, we know ls, that lists the files in that directory. CD changes directory. Cat displays whatever is in the file. Does anyone remember what file is? Nope. So, you know, if you don't remember and you're doing this on your own, you just do man file or just Google it. file determines the file type. So human readable. So that might help us. So that's kind of a clue. So that's the file type, and this is human readable. So we might be able to use that one. DU estimates the size of the file and finds the file in the directories. So can anyone kind of guess what command we're going to be using? Okay. So we're going to be using the file command, right? So we're going to ls, right? It's in the in here directory. So we're going to cd in here, ls again. And now we have a bunch of files, right? So technically, we can cat each files. And remember, so these have hyphens. So we got to do dot// hyphen and file 00, right? We could do that. That's clearly not human readable because I have no clue what that says. So we can do that, or so remember we have ls, we have all these files. So we really don't want to do this one by one. Technically, we can do it one by one, but we're going to try something else. So I'm going to Google, right? So how do we do this? How to search multiple files with similar names in Linux. Okay. So we'll just click this one. This looks good. All right. So let's see. Shows multiple file names at one time. So this is multiple file names at one time. So that's not what we're looking for. For multiple file names, let's see. This is the same thing. So let's see. Not what we're looking for. So is there any way we could change? Oh, maybe I spelled similar wrong. Okay. Let's try something else. So we got to go back to the question since that Google search didn't really go through. So human readable. So we know for human readable, we can type in file and we could do this. So this is data. So that's what that was. That was just data. And so we need something that's probably like a text file, something like that. So it's probably going to say something text right there. So that's what we're looking for, right? So what we can do is we could do file / and then if we found it in the Google search, I don't remember what I typed in before, but if you can find it, let me know. Basically, all you have to do is put that hyphen there because all those files start off with the hyphen, and then just put star. And that kind of autofills all of these names. It just searches everything in this directory that starts with a hyphen, right? So all of them start with a hyphen. So we're going to enter that in. So all of them are data except file 7, right? So we can assume that's human readable since it's ASCII text. And, you know, this is what you do. If you don't know what ASCII text is, just Google it. And there's a Wikipedia page, and then you could read all about it if you want. But we're not going to do that because that'll take time. So we'll do cat / hyphen file, and then it was number 7. And there's your answer, right? So does anyone have any questions on that? So basically use the star to search everything in that directory that starts with a hyphen. I believe you can also do this, right? Yeah, you can do this. You can also just put the star. You don't need the hyphen, but let's say you had some files with the hyphen in it and some files that didn't, but you know it's with the hyphen, then you just want to only specify by the hyphen, and then you do this command starting with the hyphen. If you just want to search everything, you don't need the hyphen, you just put the star, right? Any questions with that?
So when you type in hyphen, it's to search the entire file. Is that what it is?
The star or asterisk is like, I think it's called like that wildcard symbol or something.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
That's what it is. Yep.
Right,
So
okay.
yeah,
That's
for the hyphens, Cyber, basically if a file name starts with a hyphen, you can't just type in cat file 07 because that won't work because it thinks it's a flag, right? So you have to search to get a file with a hyphen, you have to do /, then the hyphen and the name, right? So that's the
So how
password.
do I know? So how do I know the difference between the flag versus hyphen file?
You'd have to look in the manual. Most of the time, it's probably going to be a
Mhm.
flag. I don't know how many people start their files with a hyphen, but maybe I'm
So
wrong.
it's something which we have to do it when I'm looking for a particular file.
Yeah. If for this specific challenge, they told us it had the ones before it told us it started with a hyphen. So we know we have to do that. And then when we LS'd all these files, we know they all started with a hyphen, so we have to do it again. Right? But I don't know if you're
Then
going to
what did you say about human readable? I got a little confused
human
between the
readable.
hyphen.
So
Yeah.
when we do file, so file tells us the file type, and then we
Right.
want to search everything in the directory. I think we could just do file star. No, we can't. We could file this. So human readable, right? So it's something that you can read. You probably can't read
Right.
data, but you can read a text file, right?
Mm-hmm.
So instead of individually searching each file, we just do file and then want to search the whole directory, and
Mm-hmm.
that kind of cuts our time down. So we know it's file 7, so then we just keep going, find it, cat file 7.
So
That makes
cat
sense?
is used to find something, right? It's like a find
Cat,
command.
so cat is to concatenate files and print whatever. It's basically print whatever in the file. So if it's a text file, it just will print that text.
A cat is to print. It's not
Yeah.
for find.
No. If you wanna, the file type is the file command.
Okay.
Does anyone else have any questions on that? Cool. So we'll go to level 5. So remember, you're gonna want to log out.
What about PWD? It's
PWD,
a different command. Print working
yeah,
directory.
different command. All right.
Okay.
So we go into Bandit 5. Where am I? It's right here. Okay. Let me just take a sip of water. All right. So, anyone, no questions, please ask, please. Okay. So for this, the password for the next level is stored in the file somewhere under the in here directory and has the following properties. Human readable, 1033 bytes in size, and not executable. Okay. So we're just gonna ls, right? It's in the in here directory, so we cd into it, and then we ls, right? So now we have a crap ton of directories. And so if we wanted to, we could just go into one of them. We'll go into the first one, and then inside of that, it has even more files. So we don't want to do that. So what we're going to want to do is, I believe going back in directories is that. Yeah. So to get out of maybe here, you just do cd ... and it goes back to the directory you were just in. So, and then if we did it again, it would just bring us back to the beginning. So let's get in the in here directory. We see all of this, right? We really don't want to go individually. That'll probably take us way too long, right? So how do we, does anyone remember the command we use to search for a file in the directories? So it's most likely going to be one of these. Can anyone guess? Or no?
Was it the
Find.
file command or
It's
or
going to
the
be,
I mean the find command?
yeah, it's going to be find, right? So we haven't
Yeah.
used find yet. So we should probably read the manual and review that. So searches for the files in the directory hierarchy. So human readable. So we're going to probably want to see if there's any flags to figure out if it's human readable. We know we can use file. So maybe we would want to use that, but let's
Hyphen H.
sorry.
Isn't it hyphen H for human readable?
Hyphen H. Maybe. Where was it?
You just missed it. You had it. Oh, right there.
Yeah, let's see. I don't know. These are options. Wait. I don't think so. Does anyone know? Like anyone want to know if
I thought
Hyphen
that's
H
with a small letter, hyphen H was for human readable.
find? So we'll just Google it. Do any of them use flags? Don't think so. Let's see. Because if we read this, it says nothing about human readable. So
Right.
let's just keep.
That's what I thought somebody had told me. Maybe wrong.
Maybe. Okay. So we don't see anything for that. So what's the next thing? Bytes and size. So let's see if there's any like thing for possible size. Let's just go back to the top. Easy. All right. So we could see here. There's nothing here. We'll just keep scrolling. And I have to quickly read, try to find anything that says size. Please yell at me if I miss it. Okay, boom, size, right? So we lucked out. So now we got to look at it, what we're doing bytes, right? So there's something specific for bytes, right? So let's try that first, right? So we do find, right? And remember, if we wanted to search like everything in this directory, we're going to do /, and then we're going to try to do the with find, we're going to search the entire directory and we want to use size, right? But it's kind of weird, right? Because we need to do size and then we need to do C, right? So like the question here is, do we do .size space the, what's the number, 1033, and then do -C, right? That's not really sure if that's what we have to do. We could try it, doesn't work, right? So we'd have to go back in the manual, right? Or because we know what flag we have to use, we can do how to search, this is where, how do I word this so that we get our answer? Someone in the to by, yeah, I can't spell. All right. Files based on file size, right? So we see here find and then size 6M, right? So M is megabytes, right? So they didn't use -M, they put it next to the number, right? So we could try that. So we'll do this. Okay. So we get an answer. So that means this file, so in the maybe here directory for number 7, inside there's a file that's hidden, that's file 2, right? So what we could do is we could, cd into that directory and do all of that, or we just literally just copy it. And that's the password right there. Does everyone kind of understand that?
Yeah, that the cat was like saved a lot of time because you would have to go back and do like show
Yeah.
the hidden file and everything.
Yeah. So yeah. So we'll see. We'll go back. So if we wanted to, we'll do cd. It's maybe here 7, right? So ls. So LSA, I believe it's hidden. Yeah. So it's in the file 2 that's hidden. So we could do cat dot file 2, and there's our answer, right? So it's the same exact thing. It's just we're being lazy, so we just kind of do the directory path within that cat. Any questions on that? Cool. So we're gonna log out. We're gonna go up again. We're gonna go to 6. Password. No questions? Please, anyone speak up? All right.
Evan,
Yep.
I didn't get the first part when you started. So Bandit, every time you have to go to a different level, you have to keep logging in. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty confident in the fact that you can't SSH while you're in the server. If anyone
Hmm.
can correct me, I mean we could try it. That's a good question. That was the issue I was having at the beginning. So we'll just do this. We'll try to SSH back into level 0. So we'll try both. So yeah, and this is what was happening to me. You just nothing
So
happened.
what is this Bandit? That's like a directory you have, directory with all the files. Is that what it
Bandit's
is?
like the server.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like a
and then-
database.
Yeah, yeah. And then when you LS,
No,
okay,
Mhm.
it's not a database.
it's not a database.
So
Alright,
what
so-
Bandit is,
yeah, so-
what Bandit is, so it's a so it's a big server filled with many virtual
Mhm.
machines inside of different tasks.
Mhm.
So like the first virtual machine is a level 0, second one is 1, 2, and you're continuously
Oh,
logging into
that's
different
why he's
machines.
doing level by level. Gotcha.
Yes. The reason why we are level by level because each of these machines have the password for the next
Hmm.
machine, so you have to go through each of them one by one, and we're trying
That's
to
why he has to keep
progressively learn.
logging in every time you go in.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and I had the same exact question. I was doing it alone, and I had no clue why. It was just letting me type a bunch of stuff, and nothing happened. And then I was like, "Oh, it's a server. I probably got to
So
log out."
what's the purpose of going into so many machines? You're trying to extract data from so many different machines? Is that what you're trying to do?
It's just the
Or
game
you're
they
just
have
showing
set
us
up.
the...
It's so like each level has its own specific command it wants to use, and then
Uh-huh.
it just technically they don't have to do it that way. They could just kind of hide it in different directories and stuff. It's just
Mhm.
a game.
Oh,
Unless
okay.
there's a better answer from Alex or anyone else. Because I'm pretty sure they could just have it in one server if they wanted to.
There may be a
On
reason
this,
why
on
they
this
have
one
it
is
in
right
different...
now is okay, but later when it get progressively harder at level like 30, 40, you know.
Yeah. It's also like it's for beginners, right? So if you have a bunch of directories, you don't want to confuse somebody, right? Remember in Bandit 0, it only had one file, and then eventually we got to one directory, and then we had a couple more. That's kind of the reasoning.
Yep.
Okay.
And I think it's the same concept like in the gaming apps. You have like different levels,
Yeah.
something like that. Same concept.
Yep.
Okay, makes sense.
Okay. So for level 6, we know the password file is somewhere on the server and has all these properties, right? So 33 bytes in size, we kind of know that probably going to have to be using the find command, right? So I tried to ls, nothing shows up. So we have to figure out how we specify these parameters, right? So we can man find. So we know how to do size already. Now we need user and group. So just, keep scrolling till you kind of see something that says user. User group. All right, so we say no user, so user must be close. Did I pass it? So back, we got size right there. So here, user, right? So we got the flag and then user and then the username, right? So it's going to be Bandit 7, right? So now we got to do group. Now where's group? Did I pass it? I don't. I could have passed it. So just to save time, how to search by group with find command Linux. So group, same thing as a user, dash group dash user. So we do find, and then slash. Wait. Yeah. Slash. Then we have user space bandit 7 because that's the user group. Bandit 6, and then we want to do size 33 bytes for C if everyone remembers. Then enter. Okay. What did I do wrong? Oh, I didn't put a space. All right. So we get a bunch of this stuff, right? So it's not a lot. So what we can do is we can just kind of start at the top and see, all right, permission denied. It's just a bunch of permission denied. No such file, no file. Same thing, denied, denied, denied. And then we get to the end. And then we kind of see this. This kind of looks different, right? So it also happens to say .password. So we can assume that's where our password is, right? So does anyone have any questions on the whole group user and size aspect of this part? Okay, and someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we can also we just put the slash to kind of is it to search everything? Or am I can we do this? No, that's for the hyphen, right? So okay. Right. So we know this is where the password's at. That's the file location. Because finds the files in the directories. So does anyone have any clue on how we can read this file? All right. So we use cat, right? So just cat, copy it, paste it, password. Everyone understand that part? Cool. So copy that password. Remember to log out. SSH into bandit 7. Is anyone talking in general? I don't want to miss anything. I don't have. So for bandit 7, water. All right. So the password for the next level is stored in the data.txt file next to the word millionth. All right. So we're going to ls. We see data.txt. All right. This should be easy. We're just going to cat it, right? And then we have all this stuff. So what you can do is it looks like on the left, they have words. So millionth is probably going to be on the left. And then here's a password, right? But if you want to look through this, I mean, you can, but let's try. We're going to try to avoid that. So we have some new commands here. We have grep.
Wait. How did you get to the million that fast?
I
How
didn't.
did you find it?
I didn't.
Oh, you haven't.
We're
Okay.
going to do that right now, right? Because we don't want to go through this individually. Technically, we could,
Right.
but we really
Well, it's going to take forever.
Yeah. So we have the new commands. We have grep. So I'm just going to, for sake of time, I'm just going to tell you what it is. Remember, you Google it. Googling is not cheating. You just don't Google bandit level 7 answers, right? Unless you're like completely stuck and you don't understand it and you need someone to step by step, then you could do that. But right now, man, grep. So grep searches for a pattern within a file. Sorts for content on the file line by line. Unique filters out repeated lines. And so strings, what does strings do again? Strings shows human readable strings in a binary text executable files. Base64 is a type of encoder. And then we don't really need these for now, so we won't waste our time with those. So we have, we'll pick from these 5, right? So we know we have to cat it, right? Because we need to display the answer. Does anyone have any guesses on what command we'd use for this?
Or
Which one?
no, what are you trying to do now?
We need to use one of these commands to limit, like set per
searching the password.
Yeah, we gotta use cat and use one of these to kind of limit the search and kind of
So I think
set
it was short.
parameters. So sort, you want to use sort. So we'll try that.
right?
Yeah.
I think so.
So
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll do cat. Okay, but here's a good question. We'll do that in a second. But how do we do 2 commands at once? Anyone know off the top of their head?
Pipe it.
Pipe it. So a pipe is basically just that,
Mm, okay.
right? It's a shift backslash, right? So it's just a straight line. So if you didn't know that, you could just search, how to use 2 Linux commands at once. Okay, I guess you could also use semicolon. Where the hell's run
Well,
multiple
pipe
commands?
also works.
Yeah, pull. Yeah, I
Well,
guess
I
you
think
can
it was
also.
on top, all the way on the top. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah,
See?
you could.
Double pipe.
Yeah, you could also use that, I guess. But right now we'll just use pipe. So pipe,
One
and
or
then
two.
just one. We just need one. So we could do cat data.text. So it's going to remember print it. It's going to print everything out, but it's not really going to print out. It's going to take all the contents in data.text. We're going to pipe it. So it's basically sending it all the contents to the sort command. And we're going to do that. So it sorted it. So now Z's at the bottom, right? So now, we could go to M. We could go to M. I
There
guess
may
it
be a
doesn't.
way to sort out M in particular, can't we?
M yeah, let's see. So we can man sort. Look into
It's
it.
like, in the Python command, you have sorting the list,
Yeah. So let's see.
right?
Yeah. So millionth. Let's see, dictionary or. So we could do it by month. We could do it human readable, numeric, random, reverse. Oh, so we can sort a word. Is that? I don't know if we could do that, but we'll try it. So 2 hyphens and sort. We could go back to that. We'll try that. Let's see. Unique. We might be able to do unique, but everything looked like pretty unique. I don't think it's gonna cut down. If anything, there was a couple repeats, but it's not really gonna cut down on the size of it. So this is the end, right? So it was sort and then kind of this. I don't know if that was a real flag, but we could try. So that I don't honestly. This is the part where I'm learning with you because this is. Oh,
Well, why don't you just grab it?
yeah. Oh, we're gonna get into that.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how I did it. I was just going with the flow. No, so that doesn't work. So, Liza, am I saying that right? We're good, Liza.
Yeah, Lisa.
Lisa. Okay, so now we're gonna try to use grep. So I told, just for sake of time, I'm gonna tell you what grep does. Grep searches for a pattern file, right? So we could do man grep, and we need to kind of figure out how to specify what we want to search it by, right? So we can do grep. So we can kind of search through that. I don't know. I personally don't like looking at the manual. I like Googling it. But if you were to Google it, just for time, we do cat data.text, send all of that stuff to grep, and all you have to do is just put the word there. And it's going to sort it. It's going to search for, the word millionth in that file. So click enter, boom. This is the password. Any questions with that?
Oh, it did bring it. Okay, wow, okay.
So, I mean, the sort was a good idea. I didn't think of it that way because I just used grep. When I Google it, grep kind of showed up for questions like these. So I tried that out
So you're
first.
saying grep also works for sorting? Or is it?
No, it's really looking for a specific pattern in the file, and the pattern, quote unquote pattern we're looking for is the word millionth. I
Oh,
also
wow.
yeah.
Okay.
So I also think we can just put it in quotes, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
Yep, same thing.
Using.
Right?
Oh, it'll bring up. Right. Okay.
Yeah. Also we could do, I believe, cat. No, we have to start with data text. Never mind, I lied. So we're gonna log out. This will probably be the last one we do together. Go to
Can you hold it for a second? Can I take a screenshot of that?
yeah,
Give me 1 second.
no problem. I'm gonna continue because the passwords are online. Everything's online. So to go into Bandit 8. All right, this password for the next level is stored file data text and is the only line of text that occurs only once. Okay. So again, go ls. Oh, data.text is gonna be easy. And then it's all this, right? So it says, so all of these lines kind of repeat, but one of them, and the one that doesn't repeats are passed. So we could use, we're most likely going to be using the first four, right? So we kind of know grep. Grep is searching for a specific pattern. So we're probably not going to use that because we don't know what pattern the password's in. Sort, maybe we can sort through them. And then unique. So what does unique do again? Repeats or omits repeated line, right? So we could use that. And then let's see if there's any flags we have to use. So U for unique. All right. So we'll do that. So again, we'll do cat data.text. And then we have to do unique U. And that kind of doesn't help because we have a bunch of, there isn't just one, I was mistaken. There isn't just one answer that repeats and that's the answer. There's a lot of different lines that repeat. So does anyone have an idea on how we can do this? Maybe using multiple commands, not just 2, maybe 3, maybe 4, or maybe is there a different flag in unique? Anyone have any guesses?
Nope.
Okay, and do this. So we cat data text. What we could do, we could sort. So we pipe it to sort, then we do another pipe, and then it does, and then we go to unique. Yep. And we get one answer, right? So the whole point of this is, we go cat prints out all the data.text. We kind of sort it in sort. So for this sort specifically, let me confirm before I tell you the wrong thing. 1 second. So we're gonna want to I'm sorry. If you have to go, you can go. But basically, for sake of time, I'll cut it here. It's just that cat data text, pipe it to sort, then pipe it to unique, and it sorts all the lines, and then it goes to the one unique one, and then that's the answer. Do we have any questions? Cool. So this was my first lecture lesson, whatever you want to call it. So hopefully that wasn't too bad.
Demo.
First demo. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Hmm.
If you have any questions, I'm personally on level 16. I didn't get a chance to go through all of it. And
Wow.
so we can talk through it if I have time. I might have some homework later, but hopefully we can text. And yeah, so like for example, like just Google it. Like for this specific question, SSH Telnet NC, I had no clue what it was, and this didn't help me. So what I had to just look up SSH versus Telnet. And so Telnet transfers data in simple plain text, but SSH encrypts it. So then you click this, and then it kind of tells you what it does. So, now I know if you want some type of encryption, you probably want to use SSH. But like if you're just on your own private server, you'll probably just want to use telnet because it might be faster. And like some use different ports. Like this is like even for all these commands, like this is what you could do. You could just why did we use sort and not grep in that last example? Like you just have to Google it and you just keep on going down this rabbit hole, right? So if we wanted to look up telnet, we know it should say somewhere. It's port 23. What the hell is a port? We got a port 20, if I could spell right, port 23. So now we have a list of TCP and UDPs. What the hell are those? Oh, it says right here. So it's just a rabbit hole of learning everything. So I encourage you to do this Bandit stuff. It's pretty fun. Sometimes like you just know what to do and it's kind of a great feeling. It's like coding and you just figure shit out and it's great. So if we don't have any questions, I'll wrap it up. If you have to leave, just leave right now.